Hello everybody, it is Zombie with two eyes and welcome back to my channel. I may be undead, but I look alive thanks to makeup, skincare, and hair care. It is time to talk about my least favorites, my mez, my good but I won't repurchase, and my absolute favorites for the month of January. And this month I completed, I think it was about 70 products this month, and that all includes foil samples, sample sizes, full sizes, hair, body, skincare, makeup, the whole thing. Any product that I finished in the month of January. So we are going to start with my absolute shit. So to start off, one of my least favorite makeup products for the entire month of January was the Ciate London Watermelon Burst Setting Powder. I apologize if this blinds you. So I was not a fan of this at all. It left white residue all over my face all the time, and it just didn't set anything well, really at all. It was really bad, actually. I was just not a fan. And this is not recyclable. Up next, we have the Bio Oil Dry Skin Gel. I got a sample of this in my Walmart beauty box for spring, and I have really dry skin all the time, and so I was like, oh, I'll give this a try, maybe this will do magic. No, it made my skin feel drier and sticky, really grossly sticky, not like a acceptable amount of sticky, but to the point where you just want to wash your arm off. And it doesn't really have a smell, thank goodness, but it wasn't appetizing at all to have on my skin. And this is also not recyclable. The next product is the First Aid Beauty 5-in-1 Bouncy Mask that I received in my Ipsy Glam bag, I think in December. This just didn't do anything for me. It just put it on my face, left it on, and my face felt the same after, days and days of use. So it wasn't really something that worked well for me, and this is also not recyclable. Another skincare product that I did not enjoy was the 111 Skin Space Defense Bright Eye Lift Gel. So not only did this not do anything, but this contains hardcore smelly fragrance. I was just not really a fan of this at all, and it's also not recyclable. The final worst products of January 2021, I counted these as two, but I'm going to talk about them as one. But the Rahua Voluminous Shampoo and Conditioner from the Beauty Fix, I think it was the January box. So I have, as you can see, sometimes have more voluminous hair. This felt like my hair was weighed down with rocks. My scalp was itchy and irritated after using this, and it just weighed my hair completely down. Not a fan of either of these. And the smell was nice though. If anything was good about these, they did smell decent, but just not really that great. And these are also not recyclable. So next up is the Meh products. They weren't horrible, but they weren't fantastic. So first we're going to start with the Wishful Skin Honey Balm Jelly Moisturizer. So I got this as a sample, I think, from Huda Beauty when I ordered something a while back. And I didn't realize that this had lavender in it when I picked the sample. So it made my face a little itchy, which I'm not counting as why I didn't like it. But it was really heavy. Oh my gosh, this thing was definitely not meant for anybody with oily skin at all. It felt so heavy on my skin, and it just felt uncomfortable. Like, it made my skin feel mildly uncomfortable with how heavy it was. And I will admit though that this sample took a long time to use up, and it did moisturize my skin, but it was just so heavy that anything that I put on, like sunscreen, I put on sunscreen afterwards, it just felt really heavy on my face. And I definitely know this is not recyclable. Next we have the Farsali Rose Gold Skin Mist. So I got this in a BoxyCharm a long time back, and this actually was a really nice setting spray, but it smelled like death. It smelled horrible, and it tasted just as horrible when it got in your mouth or whatever. But I really liked how this set my foundation and set my makeup for the day, but it just smelled so bad I didn't want to use it anymore, you know? And this is not recyclable. Up next we have the I Do Care Berry Melty Melting Makeup Remover Balm. So I purchased this off at Amazon, and it smells delicious. It smells like candy, but it was really bad at taking off mascara. Now, I didn't use waterproof mascara when I used this, but it just did a really bad job at taking off any mascara at all. It made it feel like there was always tons of mascara left on my eyes, and then I was spent scrubbing them with Q-tips and stuff, which is not ideal for me. It did everything else really well, and it smells amazing, but it just didn't take off my mascara, and this is also not recyclable. This is the Complex Culture mascara sample that I got in I think my December Ipsy glam bag. I used this basically till about mid-January before I finally called it quits because it was really flaky. So it went on really well to begin with, and I didn't realize it had like those little fibers in it to make your lashes look longer, so my lashes look super duper long, but it got really, really flaky really quickly. So the first week or so that I wore this, there was no flakes, no nothing, and then after that it started flaking heavily. I know I didn't use it up, so technically I'm not really considering it an empty. I'm considering it more of a declutter in a sense, and this is also not recyclable. The final product in the meh category is the Native Pumpkin Spice Latte Body Wash. So this stuff smells amazing. It was just a plain old body wash, but the reason why it got into the meh category was this packaging. So I know they recently redid their packaging, and I really hope they did a more decent job. But as someone who suffers with carpal tunnel and other wrist injury type things, I got about halfway through this bottle before I couldn't get any more product out because it hurt too much to squeeze it. Otherwise, it smelled great. Did a good job washing my body. Could not get any product out after a while. And this is recyclable, so finally, a recyclable product. So let's talk about the products that were good, but I won't be repurchasing due to it's too expensive, or it's just I have a lot of it, or whatever. I want to talk about the Christoph Robin, what is this? The Cleansing Volumizing Paste. So I actually finished 2 of these this month, or this last month, and I actually did enjoy the whole experience of, you know, putting this weird clay in my hair, scrubbing it around, etc. It did make my scalp feel ever so slightly dry after I used it, so I actually went back in with a shampoo afterwards. One reason why I'm not putting it in my 5s is because it did make my scalp dry, and also I already have a full size of this, so I don't see the need to repurchase it at this moment in time. Once I finish the full size, I'll get a clearer picture of if I still want to keep it, and this is not recyclable. Next we have the Tarte Maracuja or Maracuja Tinted Hydrator. I got this in an Ipsy glam bag. This was, I think, my choice item. It's so teeny. So this is in the shade Fair Neutral, and I used this up actually really quickly because I really enjoyed it. It felt really nice on the skin. It did get really oily after a little while, especially if I was sweaty or if I had like a rough day just skin wise. But overall it actually went really well. The color, I would stick more with a Fair Cool in this particular foundation moisturizer type thing. The only reason why it's not rated a 5 is because the color is not right for me, as well as it just made my skin look really oily after a while, so I just wasn't a huge fan of that. And this is also not recyclable. So for skincare, I have the Bioderma Hydrabio Serum, or Hydrabio Serum. So I got this in a Beauty Fix box, I think for January. It is a really little teeny sample, but I actually really enjoyed this serum overall. It was really moisturizing, really comfortable to put onto the skin. It wasn't sticky or anything like that. But for me as an oily skin queen, I would not purchase a full size of this unless it was like the dead of winter and I lived in a place that was like -10 all the time. For combo drier skin folks though, this would be really nice for you. I highly recommend this for people with combo or dry skin, and this is not recyclable. For hair, we actually have two products. So the first is the Waterless Dry Conditioner Instant Moisture, dry powdery stuff. So I really actually liked this. It made my hair feel soft and silky after using. The bottle did break after about the third or fourth use, which was kind of disappointing, so I had to kind of make it work. But it did a really nice job at moisturizing my hair, almost to the point where it was still a little too moisturized, where it got a little greasy. But if I used this on a really dry hair day on my ends, it worked out really well. The full sizes are kind of use the same type of top, which is what broke, so I'm kind of hesitant to purchase. And this isn't recyclable. Finally, we have the Terre de Mars Irreverence Nourishing Shampoo from the Fashionista box. I think it was November or December, and this is a full size. This actually worked really well with my hair, not right after coloring, but in the transition phase that I'm currently in with my hair. It smells delicious. It lathered a little bit, but not too much. It did a really nice job at moisturizing the hair as well as cleansing, and I really did like this. I'm not purchasing it because I have a buttload of shampoo, and I'm afraid how this would react when I dye my hair again. But if you don't really have dyed hair or you're in that transition phase, I do recommend this. This is really, really nice. And it's not recyclable. So on to my favorite. I'm going to talk about all my favorites since there wasn't a whole lot this month. So we're going to start with a couple products that I've talked about before, so I'm not going to go into a ton of detail about them. But the first is the Garnier Skin Active Micellar Cleansing Water. Holy Grail product. Love this to death. I will continue using it till the end of my days or until something better comes out. And it is recyclable, yay! Another product that I've talked about similar is my beauty blenders. I love my beauty blenders. They just work really well with my skin texture and most of the foundations I use. I do use brushes a lot too, as well as other types of sponges, which you'll see in a second, but I do always love my beauty blenders. Another sponge was the Juno & Co. Velvet Sponge. I use this more for powder, but I wasn't a huge fan of how it reacted with my newest powder that I'm working on, which is the Juno & Co. Ironically, their face powder. Overall, I do really like their sponges. They're dense without being obnoxiously dense. They puff up really nicely and they react well to the skin. Another product that I think I've talked about before was the Wish Botanical Primer. This is my other sample that I got from Allure. I adore this stuff. I will be purchasing a full size pretty shortly, to be honest, because I love this stuff so much. It works really well with my oily skin. It's moisturizing without being too over the top. It helps keep the oil away, as well as makes your skin feel like it's a little tighter, a little bit nicer, and it just reveals a nice glowing surface underneath, and I love it. And it is recyclable. The other makeup product was the She Glam Skinny Eyebrow Pencil. I think this is in the shade 4 or whatever the dark brown is. So I love this pencil. It's super cheap. It has a really nice, really right now gross spoolie. But the pen itself is super duper thin, super precise, super easy to blend. And it was basically a no fuss, one and done, super quick to use pencil. And for the amount it was, I'm totally going to be purchasing another one pretty soon. I love this, and sadly it's not recyclable. For skincare, we have 3 items. So the first is one of my own personal favorites, the Herbivore Emerald Deep Moisture Glow Oil. So this is the one that contains CBD in it. I adore this stuff. I cry every time I run out, because this is one of the few products that takes the redness of my cheeks away, and it's so comfy and it's not super oily. It does dry down. It smells good. It's wonderful. Too bad it's really expensive. And so I usually just survive off of these little deluxe samples, but I really do love this stuff, and I do want to repurchase it at some point, and it's not recyclable. Another face product that I loved is another face oil. So this is the Sunday Riley CEO Glow, their vitamin C turmeric face oil. So this is a little sample I got from Ipsy. The smell of this stuff is to die for. It smells like summer. Like, I love it. I honestly just want a perfume that smells like this, and I'll wear it every day. The oil itself was really, really nice. It made my skin feel really moisturized and refreshed and very glowy after it dried down a little bit. This isn't big enough to see any like lasting effects, and it is not recyclable. The final skincare product is the Caudalie Vinosource Moisturizing Sorbet. So I actually got this from a friend, but I already do have 2 other tubes of this stuff because I already love it so much. It's just a really nice light moisturizer. I love it for mornings. It's my favorite morning moisturizer because it's obnoxiously light, but it does a great job at hydrating. And it doesn't make me oily as the day goes on. And it's just an overall really, really nice light moisturizer. And it's not recyclable, sadly. So the last 2 products are body products. So the first is the Kayali Vanilla perfumes. This is just a little sample. I love it. It smells like a vanilla cupcake. It's super sweet, super innocent, super fun to wear. I really enjoy this smell, and I went through it really quickly. I also have, I think, 2 deluxe sample sizes of it, so I'll be using those pretty quickly as well. The other thing, I've talked about this formula before, but this is the House of Glow Pumpkin Butter, and this is in the scent Zazz. For those of you who don't know, Zazz is a bright champagne strawberry smell that's super fun, super like energetic. It's great for if you want to wake up in the morning, you just take a sniff of this and you're like, woo, I'm awake. I love the formula of this stuff. I have so many jars of it. I love it. It's wonderful. Definitely something I will continue to use till the end of my days. And I just love it. It's wonderful. And this is recyclable. And that is it for my, basically my cut down January empties. You saw all the empties overall. I did go through about 70 products this month, and I've already gone through about 5 or 6 in February as well. So I'm super excited to do my February empties with you because my worst product of 2021 is already in there. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Please feel free to like, subscribe, and comment, but only if you feel like it. Did you try any of these products, and what were your thoughts? I hope you continue to stay safe, stay healthy, and embrace those amazing moments, and I hope you have a great and wonderful day. Bye-bye.